during the annual meeting, we get a chance to give a lot of talks. I never thought I'd be here before all of you for this. I think that we all know the reason we're here is that we lost this morning a good friend, colleague, and a member of the family. You know, and I think that, you know, when I look back at you know, Richard's last couple of years, I can't tell you the number of times that we were sitting in my office, or we were sitting in a vice president meeting, and I know he said this to others, that he said, you know, the Academy is my family. And as you know, Richard, he really meant it, because Richard was not by nature a tremendously sentimental human being when it came to things like that. And I think that he said, you know, it really took my getting sick and realizing that all the people that I joked about and with in the halls, and the people that you know, that I would see for what I thought were purely sort of professional reasons, really cared. And this was something that he kept saying really over and over again. And so I think there's going to be time when we, in the coming weeks, to really celebrate Richard's life and his accomplishments. And I think all of us who've worked with him know there were an awful lot of really significant accomplishments, a lot of effort, and a lot of things that reflected Richard's talent, his quirky personality, and, you know, the fantastic person that he was. But right now, none of us feel like celebrating. You know, we're just all sad. And that's okay, because that's the really, you know, the way we should be feeling right now, because this is all very fresh. But, you know, Richard, as we all know, was very ill. And he was a realist. As I said, Richard was not an uber sentimentalist. And he knew what was in front of him. And it wasn't pretty. But when you think about it, what Richard went through during the last year is unbelievable. And I remember getting a call from him one time, and he said, "David, this is Richard, and I can't make our scheduled appointment this afternoon. I'm terribly sorry, but I've got gram-negative sepsis, and I'm in the hospital," which is the sort of thing they put people in ICUs for. And he said, "Can we reschedule for 2 days from now? I hope that's not an inconvenience." And, you know, of course, you know, my response was the same as yours would have been. "You're kidding me." Of course, no problem. But he felt that he somehow let us all down by not being able to make that. And he had so many setbacks during this period of time. But the one thing that Richard was looking forward to as much as anything was what happened here yesterday. And I hope that some of you got a chance to see it. And if you didn't, it's on video, and you'll all get a chance to see it, which was Richard walking across the stage in front of thousands of the ophthalmologists who benefited from his talents and being greeted with thunderous applause. I mean, it was fantastically cool. And he really, really wanted to do this. And as many of you know, we were able to bring his son, James, whom he hadn't seen for a while, here from the Middle East. And so here he was, doing the thing that he had been looking forward to for so long with his youngest son. I think all of us, we know Richard. Richard liked to do things with style. And I think, as you know, when you saw him in the hallways these last couple of months, he was taking out all his old suits, and he was making sure that his pocket square matched his tie, that he had his vest on. Richard liked to do things with style. And as much as this saddens us, and as much as we'll miss him, this whole thing smacks of Richard's style. I mean, he went out with a bang. And a bang that, at our biggest get-together, when we're all together, and when thousands of the people that are impacted by the work that he did, that all of you do, got a chance to thank him personally. I mean, that is a huge, huge deal. And so I think that part of me thinks that, some of this is not entirely not what Richard would have wanted, knowing what was in front of him. And as I said, we will all have times to celebrate him coming forward. But right now it just hurts. And I'm glad we all had a chance to get together, because it's a time to tell Richard stories, of which we all know there are lots of really great Richard Zorab stories. And they should be told, and they'll be Academy lore for many years to come. But now's the time we can just tell the stories, hug each other, and give thanks for all our own family and for all of us together in the Academy family.